Today's cook is the ultimate sausage plat. We are elevating it in two amazing ways to give it a festive twist so it won't look out of place as an alternative centerpiece this Christmas. You're going to love it, and your diners will appreciate the effort, even if it's just a massive sausage roll. In order to create the ultimate sausage plate, you're going to need the following ingredients. So the first one obviously is the sausage meat. This is a 500-gram tube of just regular sausage meat. Then you want some bacon. This is streaky bacon. It's smoked. This is a pack of 14 small slices. I used about half. You're going to want 2 medium onions. These were large and I didn't use them all. So you're going to want some salt, some ground white pepper, great flavor, some sage, some garlic powder, and some cranberry sauce. This is the runny stuff, not the thick jelly stuff. This is the runny stuff that is going to be awesome. Then you're going to want some butter, some oil, some balsamic vinegar, but you can use any liquid, and we'll talk about it when we get onto the method. Then we're going to want some puff pastry. This is a single sheet, which will be just enough, and 1 egg for the egg wash. So we're going to be making some caramelized onions for this sausage plat. This is what's going to really elevate it to the next level. So the first step in order to create these onions is to peel them and slice them. Stick them in a pan with a glug of oil and a nice chunk of butter. Melt that butter down by whacking up the heat, cooking it for a minute, then salting it all over. Leave that salt for about another minute, then give that a stir through. Okay, after approximately 10 minutes, what you'll see is that the moisture's coming out of those onions. They're all glistening. They haven't really started to brown, but they're softened. When you get to 20 minutes, you can turn down the heat. We're now going to be going for a nice slow cook for about another 15 minutes. But you'll see they have already started to brown. A lot of them are getting some really good color. Then basically after about 30 minutes, you'll see most of them are nice and brown. They're gooey, and you can see once we get to about 35 minutes, we've already got real caramelization. And then you want to add some sort of liquid. I've gone for balsamic vinegar, but you could go for, Pepsi. You could just go for water, some wine. It really doesn't matter. Something wet in the pot with your onions, orange juice, pineapple juice, and it will just go nice and gooey and fudgy. Cook that for about another 3 minutes. You're done, right? Then we want to cook the bacon, okay? Because we're going to put this bacon through the sausage meat. This is going to blow your mind when you first taste this. This is going to be an absolute game changer in terms of sausage rolls, everything. So just slice up this bacon into nice little ribbons. Wipe the pan down before you chuck it in. No point using another pan. We want to just render out that fat. Then put it in a pot. Preheat your oven to 180 Celsius. Every oven's going to be a little bit different, but approximately 180, right? Then we're going to prepare this sausage meat. Teaspoon of garlic powder, heavy teaspoon of the sage, teaspoon of the black pepper, few rinds even of the salt. Don't too much because we're putting all of this incredible smoked bacon. And then work this through. You can see it's a little bit oily. That's a good thing because most sausage meat is dry because it's got so much bread in it, right? So incorporating a little bit of fat into it is going to work wonders, okay? Now we're going to prepare this. We've got our sheet of puff pastry. Get our caramelized onions and put them in the central third of the sheet horizontally, and leave at least 1 inch either side. Then we get our sausage meat, which we want to place over the onions in a similar sort of size. Now you could go for it, make it a little bit narrower and higher. I went for flatter. Then once you've done this, you want to put like a little bit of a ditch in the middle because that's where we're going to be putting the cranberry sauce. Okay, you're going to see what happens in a minute. Now we're going to prepare the pastry. Either side, the 1/3 each side, we want to get a blunt knife and just run that across in diagonals, about somewhere between 1/2 inch and 2/3 inch, as many as you need, and then do it on both sides so they are equal, both sides, because we're going to be folding them across. Then we want to do the ends, and you can see on the top end we just cut off part of the top side, okay, because that is going to wrap around the bottom section. Whereas on the top end, I don't know if I said top twice, I might have done right. We want to take full triangles because we're going to have more of the overlaps. So we don't want too much pastry overlapping. Now we got this cranberry sauce, and you can see this is the runny stuff. I absolutely love this stuff, and it was so cheap in comparison. It's just absolutely wonderful, right? And you can put that into that ditch. You can rub a little bit more around so the sides of sausage meat, but you want to keep most of it on the top because it will kind of ooze out, particularly in the oven when it hits the top heat, okay, and that really starts to bubble. It will start to like basically want to escape, so try and keep it in the top as much as possible. And then if you've got anything left, you can make some halloumi fries or something. It goes absolutely magical with halloumi, right? So then we're gonna finish this, bring it all together. You can see that the bottom end or the top end, whatever I called it, you're going to just wrap that round, and then one at a time get these and just plait it across. You know, you make that plait. If you've got experience with making a plait, you're going to be better than us. What I would say is try not to stretch this pastry, because when I made this one, when I got to the middle section, just about here, these ones here, I stretched them a little bit too much, and then when they cooked, the sausage meat kind of expanded a little bit, and then it broke the pastry. So try not to stretch it too much. And then when you've got a couple left to go, you can pull in the top end and then fold over your last two, and that basically seals it all in. So you're not going to get too much moisture and too much sauce pouring out, right? Then you're going to want to put it onto your baking tray lined with some baking parchment. If you were significantly brighter, you would have done this on your baking parchment in the first place, okay? But as you can see, I put this on the tray that I selected was a bit too small. It would have been too small for the full sheet anyway. So, you know, c'est la vie, right? Then we get the egg wash, and we're going to egg wash it generously, glaze this sausage plait, right? Now you'll see that even though it only got to about 170 in my oven because it's pony, right? So if that's the case, I had to whack it up to 200, and in the end it cooked for about 40 minutes, okay? 40 minutes. Once it's out of the oven, let it rest for a few minutes so all the juices settle inside the sausage meat so it's nice and juicy, and then you can carve. Make sure the pastry is cooked underneath, and you can serve this up with all of your trimmings that you would have on Christmas Day in a roast. Alright guys, welcome back to the taste test. Today's cook was the sausage plait. Now, the sausage plait is something that I remember cooking when I was very young. It's one of my earliest memories. Something I remember, it's one of the few things I remember cooking at school in home economics, okay? And it's a classic. I think most people like it because it's just a massive sausage roll, and who doesn't like a sausage roll, to be perfectly honest. But today I have prepared it as an alternative to the classic Christmas dinner, the classic turkey. Now, turkeys cost an absolute bomb, but also like a lot of people don't actually like it. And I like turkey. I like it and I enjoy having it, but a lot of people don't like it. My brother can't stand it. He'd rather have basically anything, but you know, isn't up to him, thankfully. But we did it. We made this festive sausage plait, and we put a little bit of love into it, okay? We spent the time to make sure it was absolutely jam-packed with lots of flavours, so it does feel special. It feels like it's something more, and it would be a great centrepiece. But not only that, it's something that people can look at, they can appreciate, and they can appreciate that you spent time to make something that's a bit special, okay, on a special occasion, even if it is just a massive sausage roll. So anyway, we got to go for the taste test. We've got to see what it's all about. I've kind of showed you. We'll show you the end. And you can see that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay. You can see nice brown bottom, fully cooked all the way through. No soggy pastry. We've got this. Well, let's actually eat it. Let's taste it. That's what it's all about. I'm going to take a bite of the slice. I'm going to take a bite of the slice. Whoa! I'm actually going to have another bite of that. That's absolutely remarkable. That is, honestly, I think one of the best things I've cooked this year. One of the very best things I've cooked this year. It's sweet, it's salty, it's packed to the rafters with flavours. It's a little bit complex. It's got a little bit of everything. The beautiful crispy pastry. Even on the bottom, as I said, it's cooked lovely all the way through. What I'm going to tell you right now, adding bacon, adding that cooked bacon into this sausage meat elevates this sausage meat 1,000 times. Sausage meat can lack flavour. It can be bready. It can be doughy. It can be dull. This has added smokiness to saltiness, and it's added a little bit of fat. Because that's another thing. A lot of sausage meat can lack fat because it can be the meat and then basically a load of bread, okay, to bulk it up. This has taken it to a whole new level. We've added the sweetness on both sides of the cranberry and our slowly caramelized onions that we put a lot of love in. This will be an absolute crowd pleaser, I guarantee it. Not only that, this is going to be great, cold, beautiful. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you give it a go, even if you decide to do it when it's not Christmas. Any day of the year, this will go down an absolute treat. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the old thumbs up, subscribe, check out the channel, all that sort of stuff. Have a nice Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year.